Hello, everyone. Give me just a second here to move some stuff around. J3 Dragon King. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Dragon King. I saw the capital G. It messed with my head a little bit. Just a moment. Shift over here. Where am I? Hello? There I am. I didn't do anything. I just took a minute to pop in, I guess. All right. So I am excited to come back to this. Considering we're at the fancy fake desktop part of the game. Very cool. So let's see. I'm getting a blanket around myself here. There we go. All right. So, we've got a couple of side stories to go through, which I think I'll start with the side stories. So, when we left off last time, we did Trust Part 1, which is Sayori and Monika's side story. And it was kind of about them founding the club. And I think we left off, they were having some ideas on how to bring people into the club, and they just left a flyer with a girl reading a book, but she was so into it that she didn't really notice Monika going in and trying to, talk to her. So I think we can all assume that's Yuri. So let's read part 2. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monika should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori is going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much for this stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. Upon seeing the downcast Monika, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monika? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monika shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? And as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monika stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. I don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monika massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monika to pry, it's also painful for Monika to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monika takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the way that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Write the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitment? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. I'm a scholar. I play scholar in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm the best, despite my lack of IQ. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You just kind of need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. Then you can turn your feelings into a little story. Hey, I'm not a nerd. I'm not a nerd. Shut up. I'll beat you up, Celexa. I will. There's a window right over there. I'll throw you through it. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah. I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? You calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just... Well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down that what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did that exact thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. After a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts. Monica looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yeah, let's do it! Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. So much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought, that would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself. For real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Oh. Sayori. This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is, like, screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday. I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually push that Sayori. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. Another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so brave and strong. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But, if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you'd like. Wordlessly, and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything. It just feels like everyone has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort. She knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. You have so much value, to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. That's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary. And it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Oh, man. God, that one got real heavy. Oh, fuck me, dude. Well, yeah, we have a new picture now. Right? It's, where is it? It's gonna be... Not here. Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright. God. Let's see. So let's see. That's Monica's side story. Next is Yuri's side story. And then there's a couple that we don't see. Wait, all 6. All 6? Oh, so the only one we're missing is hers. Natsuki, right? I'm bad with names. I feel bad. But yeah, we'll do Yuri's side story now. So no, maybe that was Sayori's side story then. But it's weird because we didn't do poems for Sayori. I don't know. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her! It's the girl! It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way into the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps into the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening, oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club. Even though it's just us so far, but... What's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, I already... Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes. Have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? I can't say I have. Oh. Well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy that I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe the stuff that I read when I was a kid. That's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but... What if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice, I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one already in Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There's some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I like to think if we're going to be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, and glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. Monica! Thank you for the follow! Don't worry, Monica. We'll get to you in a minute. You're just gonna chill in the space classroom for a little bit longer. We'll get to you in a little bit. How's that? Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault, since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because she... Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica? Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, walked out. I was actually really hoping you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too. Such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So, it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Aw, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sayori pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about, I'll tell you something that I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into, crafty things. Like making cute little collages or decorating things, like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I put it off until the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, it's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There. Now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. I like going out into the woods or to the park. Just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow. I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to be starting on that book the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Sayori, you're a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again! Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books, and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still. I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly, so it just sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, as a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? Exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayori pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Haha, it's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? I mean... yes, that's an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayori's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decides that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. No! Sayori rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayori through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayori seems to have. But despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry? I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way! Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots, Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayori flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, Chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read, but the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? Mm-hmm. A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions had been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now, or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. They didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. Two of them continue with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and to keep doing my best, so I can see it in the way that you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But, I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. The only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she forgot to take it with her. Ugh, this is horrible. Is it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough? I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Man. These side stories hurt, man. My heart. I need water. I need water. All right. We'll get through Yuri's last side story, and then we'll finish up the main game, I guess. Yeah. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always such a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's going to leave such a bad impression on new club members if Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Ah. Yuri jumps at the sound of Monika's voice. She's sitting outside the clubroom against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the clubroom is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the clubroom through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monika is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monika looks into the clubroom herself to see Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monika is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realizes, that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer and go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monika finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monika tenses up at the stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me, because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah. Monika pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people joining this club, hopefully anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people. Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monika that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. It feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of, or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. What? Hold on, you're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has only one person trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No. I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend. I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be whatever they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just... It's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finish replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the clubroom once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. Oh, so I don't know. I'm not really fussed about viewer count. I don't care. We're not anywhere near a point where that matters. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts toward the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for the tea in the club room. You can use, like, an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet. Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of the way through it. And look! Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand, so if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought that if we did something together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. So why is it so hard to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here before Monika sees her like this, before Sayori tells Monika what she did. Before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through a clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that the things that you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she just waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. That's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with other people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading, so I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like that would just be frustrating for you, how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know. My irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it was the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me, because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening, rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. Must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on, though. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back! Monika's back! I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monika. She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monika. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. Ah. Hey, don't call me a monster! Artemis is a monster. He inherits the kingdom. It could spell disaster. Yuri laughs. Monika perplexedly looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as the literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn about the things that you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Well, I suppose... Yep, there we go. Understanding 2. Oh, these are cute. Let me see. First one, understanding 1. First one, understanding 2. Neat. So yeah, hang on, let me figure out how to... Please, Ubu Cat? Hang on. How do you pronounce your name? I'm bad at names. But hello, welcome. We're I'm gonna check in on Monika. We're gonna see how she's doing, and then we're gonna delete. What just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop now that it's just the two of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. Alistair, I don't know if you would have any idea. If you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, we're post-game. To be fair, I've played the original. I'm playing the plus for the bonus I'm playing plus for the bonus content. So, I knew this was coming. I knew about Sayori, and I know what happens after this. And I know what has to be done. But I'm just gonna let her talk like one more time. I know I just gotta sit here. Just gotta wait. Just gotta look into each other's eyes for a little bit. I know like one of the things she can talk about at one of these points is she talks about Smash. She talks about Smash Bros. Gosh, I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought that taking medication was an easy way out or something like that. Like anyone could just solve their mental problems with enough willpower. I guess if you don't suffer from a mental illness, it's not possible to know what it's really like. Are there some disorders that are overdiagnosed? Probably. I never really looked into it, though. That doesn't change the fact that a lot of them go undiagnosed too, you know? But medication aside, people even look down on seeing a mental health professional. Like, sorry that I want to learn more about my own mind, you know? Everyone has all kinds of struggles and stresses, and professionals dedicate their lives to helping with those. If you think it could help you become a better person, don't be shy to consider something like that. We're on a never-ending journey to improve ourselves, you know? Well, I say that. I think you're pretty perfect already. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, I can't actually exit unless it's on one of her text bubbles. Ah. Technically, you don't have to. You just stay here. Just the two of you with Monica. I mean, yeah, that's true. We could just stay here. That's entirely an option. But we're probably, yeah. But yeah, I know Dan Salvato, the creator, he worked really hard on a Smash mod. I think it was Project M, or it was something like kind of adjacent to Project M. And one of the starting screens where it says, please be careful because this contains, some themes that might be uncomfortable. It can just be replaced with Smash. It can be replaced with what was it? M died for this, I think, or no, PM died for this. Project M died for this. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. I still wish I could have handled that whole thing a little more tactfully. You're not still hung up over it, right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. That pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. I think a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something, because she started clawing at the rope trying to free herself. She must have kept at it all the way up until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Come to think of it, it's probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. She can't really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway, right? Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright. We're gonna exit. Okay, goodbye. And now... Okay. We're gonna go to Files. Let's see. Reset.sh. Yeah. Yeah, that'll reset everything, I'm assuming. Let's see. Yeah, here's the traceback. Uncut VM runtime exception occurred. Game script line 67. Call care 5 main. Oh geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a second. Probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? It's probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Well, here goes nothing. Yeah. All right. Attributions.txt. Oh, this is just copyright stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. So it looks like there might be more here than before. Oh. Note insecure directory.txt. This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. Do not copy them here. Rhea is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have proper remote communication without having to worry about the higher ups. Keep everything offline until then. Paula. Oh, is there more to the background story for this one? Backup, meeting notes 1. Updated development timeline, new tasks. Test cases for new genetic model, server time optimization data, automatic data collection. Data migration to encrypted file, share Monday. VM2 roadblocks. Row on VM2, everyone else on VM1 for data collection. Ideas for data search types. Visual renders, audio data, VM environment changes, persistent variable tampering, timestamps, parsing thought patterns. No, excessive server time needed. Meeting over time, you know who went on too many tangents again. Need to be more assertive about staying focused. Yeah, they hint at this a bit in the base game that there's this other thing going on. These like genetic experiments. Um, I didn't really look too deeply into it, but I know it wasn't super explored. Like it wasn't explored super deeply in the original. And I'm willing to bet that there's a lot more to that story in this one, in the updated in plus. Uh, File copy test from disposable drive to thin client. Okay. So system. Oh wow. Okay. Tower keys. Access keys found so far from tower rotation. Key pair 1 gear. 240 clock time. 221 a 3-digit number combination somewhere. Key pair 2 boat. Key pair 3 spaceship. Key pair 4. Huh? Hmm. So there's puzzles, is what you're telling me. There's stuff to find. Um. So the access keys, that's got to be like those numbered files, right? Key pair 1 is gear. 240 clock time. 221. Let me go back a little bit. 221. Aha! Unable to open project plan text. Unknown error. Please try again later. Ah, okay. I'm not allowed in there just yet. But the other one was like 240? No, okay. Let's see what else we got here. CLI, unknown file type. Unknown file type. Um, best mem, set map. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Game saves, audio, images, poem words. Sayori's winning words. Oh, I see. Natsuki's words. Yuri's words. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Hmm. Um. Oh, wait a minute. Uh, Hold on. Let's see if we can find. Let me see. Games and know some scenarios. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. These are probably treasure defeat, hopeless, awesome, extraordinary grief, scar, sparkle, play, hurt, rainbow. Hold on, hold on. If I can find what were the words? It was gear, spaceship, um, something else. Um, Hold on. Oh, I can find this. Hang on. It has to be these words, right? Maybe? Possibly? Maybe. Hang on. That's tragedy happy. No, because there were numbers. There was like timestamps. Hang on. Like, Natsuki has a timestamp here somewhere. Like, or no, was it Yuri that had the timestamp? Hang on. Yuri had a timestamp. Yeah, 9:15. 130. Let me try 130. Hang on. 130. Yep. Ah! They won't let me in! Let me in! Damn it. I guess I can't do that yet. I probably have to finish, like, the main game first before I'm allowed to do that. Dang it. Well, here goes nothing, right? Bye-bye. Let's see. Anything else to worry about here? I don't think so. Okay. You're back. What's happening? Alistair, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Alistair. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Alistair? Did you? Did you delete me? Yes. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Alistair. I trusted you. You just want to torture me. Watch me suffer. You're only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more. I never thought that anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Alistair, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Look, I'm not the one that murdered 3 people. Okay? I only murdered 1 person. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Alistair, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. I loved them all. I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. If I really love you, then... Yep. She's gone. It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey, Alistair. Oh, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighborhood and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day. Recently, we picked up that habit once again. Alistair, are you proud of me? Eh? For what? You know. for waking up on time. We've been doing that for a while now. Uh-huh. She never even said anything about it, even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah. I just thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Alistair, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not. I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo. You meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that, in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah! Alistair? What are you doing here? Well, I just... I glance around the room. Huh. So you're the Alistair that Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Alistair. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Alistair, don't tell me. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way. No way! Ah! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Ooh, what an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray, and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro, after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Alistair, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Eh? Well, about, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know? So if Alistair wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. You can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Alistair? Maybe... Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah. You're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Oh, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri... Eh? I have to read manga. Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself. I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I'll look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Alistair. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, Alistair. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Alistair. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Alistair. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. Can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. O-R-E-V-E. No. Eh? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Ooh. It hurts. Uh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Alistair. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and
There
stuff,
she is.
and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Musicplay ddlc.org.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark bottle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
And there it is. That's the main story at least.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
Yeah.
When you're here,
So Monica's deleting everything right now.
fun for them anyway.
This is the normal ending, I suppose. There's a better ending if you do all of the the things, like all of the events. So I'm gonna be rushing through the game to do all of those in just a minute here.
Just for me to have it all.
That picture with Natsuki is always just kind of like, it's such an awkward picture, you know? Like you've got her pinned up against the wall. I don't like that's while you're at her house, if I'm remembering correctly.
Does my pen
Like working with the cupcakes and stuff.
who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free?
Mm-hmm.
The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality? If I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Hmm. Well, it was nice to come back to this, you know? This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. At the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members. Most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. So, now that that's happened, let me see if I can do something. 130. I still can't open that. Why not? How do I get that to open? Hmm. Let me see. Data collected 50%. Do I need more data? Do I need to, like, get the true ending or something? Probably. Hmm. Let's see. That's the, yeah. Is that, did I get any other new pictures here? File poem words for any anomalies. I see. Okay. All right. Is it gonna like error out? Yeah. Okay. So wait, no, not settings, files. Wait, mail. Oh no, mail. Wait a minute, huh? Oh, we can get mail. That's interesting. Reset this virtual machine. All modified entities, environments, and data will be reverted to their original state. Yep. Do it. Put it all back how it was. Stopping virtual machine. Mm-hmm. This is very cool. I like this a lot. It was cool when it was like meta and you had to like go through your actual files, but like this lends itself like a lot more. No, I'm good. This lends itself a lot more I don't know, room to play around with the idea. You know? So if I press exit right now. Yeah, okay. Mail. So I'm guessing I still can't do this. I probably do need the true ending to like open that stuff. I'm guessing. The virtual machine probably needs to be intact for me to be able to work with that stuff. Or maybe Sayori like opens it up as a reward or something. Okay. Okay. So, we skip. And we're gonna like just blaze through this as quick as we can. And there's a little dog yapping outside. I don't know if you can hear him. Okay. Time to save. All right. Who do we want to go for first? We'll go for Sayori first, maybe. Let's see. Trying to think. What was she like? No, not Covet. Sayori is like the hardest one to write for, I think. I feel like. She's like. She likes happy and sad words mostly. You had a list of words which they like and remembered it. Yeah, I definitely remembered that list of words. Definitely, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, hang on. I could do that, couldn't I? Hang on. Whoop. Files. What was it? It was game. Poem words. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. What is she like? See, that's Natsuki's words. Let's see. Happiness, sadness, death, tragedy, alone, love, adventure, sweet, excitement, fireworks, romance, tears, depression, heart, marriage, passion, childhood, fun, color, hope, friends, family, party, vacation, lazy, daydream, pain, holiday, bed, feather, shame, fear, warm, flower, comfort, dance, sing, cry, laugh, dark, sunny, rain cloud, calm, silly, flying, wonderful, unrequited, rose, together, promise, charm, beauty, cheer, smile, broken, precious, prayer, clumsy, forgive, nature, ocean, dazzle, special, music, lucky, misfortune, loud, peaceful, joy. Oh my god, it goes on. Sunset, fireflies, rainbow, hurt, play, sparkle, scars, empty, amazing, grief, embrace, extraordinary, awesome, defeat, hopeless, misery, treasure, bliss, memories. Okay. All right. And now I will try to construct a perfect poem and get the achievement and the little like CG that I get from that. Okay. Romance. Happiness. Ocean? Yeah. Shiny. No, fuck. Okay, try it again. Pain. Tears. Bliss. I think she liked fireflies, right? Yeah. Fireflies. Shit. I'll get it. Don't worry. Adventure. Yep, okay. Memories. Misery? Yep, okay. Wrath? Fuck. Okay, try it again. Romance, definitely. Clouds. What? No! I could have sworn it said Sayori liked clouds. Okay. Wonderful. Giggle. No, come on. This is hard. I told you, Sayori's like the biggest like pain in the ass to write for. Pain. Oh. Oh. I guess they didn't want to spoil that if you did that early. Grief. Okay. Calm. Let's see. I'm pretty sure. Hopeless? Yeah, okay. Porch. Fuck. God, I gotta do this for 20 words. This sucks. Smile. Rain cloud. Pain. Hope? Yeah, okay. Feather. Yeah. Unrequited for sure. Friends. Love. Depression. Together? Okay. Shopping. Heartbeat? Fuck. What? This is gonna take a while. I hate trying to do these fucking perfect poems. These suck. Awesome. Okay. Fun. Embrace. Depression. Shame, maybe? Despise, sensation. Okay. Grief. Adventure. Together. Tears? Yeah. Socks, dazzle. Love? Yeah. Clumsy. Disoriented, rain cloud. Yep. Empty, flee, music, misery? Okay. Breathe, comfort, Comfort? Okay. These are getting really hard, actually. Like, who likes sticky? Who does sticky appeal to? Broken? Cheer? I'm real close now. Come on. Passion, maybe? Romance, I think, right? Yeah. Smile. Shut up, Shia. Fuck, one of these has to... Unstable? Maybe? Warm, maybe? Because I'm worried warm is going to be Natsuki, and I'm worried unstable might be Yuri. Fuck, none of these really... God, I'm just 2 away. Come on, don't fuck me over now. Okay. And then the last one. Come on, one of these. Which one? Can I interest you in some used cats? I'm allergic to cats, but if I wasn't, yes. One of these has to be... Come on, I don't want to screw up on the last one. Perfect. Wait a minute. Which one? Which one does she like? Does she like heart? Okay, got it. Did it. Perfect poem. Done. Hi again, Alistair. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Right. Okay. Skip all this. Be a great customer. I get the cats back. I mean, you're not wrong, are you? Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? Guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. Hang on, I'm gonna take a sip. There we go. I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. It doesn't solve the problem, though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Oh, God. Shut up, dude. Stop talking. That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. God damn it. This thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Hey, don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Whew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. You take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Alistair, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Okay, we're at the point where we can skip. Alright, show it to Sayori. Because we did write it for her after all. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Alistair! I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's an Alistair poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. Okay, so we already saw that poem. Alright, gotcha. Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? Yes. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Yep, saw that one. Okay, and this is all... Gotcha. To Yuri! Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Okay. And on. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. To Monica. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. Maybe there's some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you showed in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Sure. And then a little bit of bickering. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri... But Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Erwin's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Alistair. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri! You guys are my friends! I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems... They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful! Goddamn right! Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Suspicious. Alright. More Sayori. Let's see. I don't need to be perfect this time at the very least. No, whoops. Okay. There we go. Nope. No? Oh my god, okay. Hang on. Calm, fear. Fuck. Uncanny, sweet, horror, broken. Broken? Okay. Alright. Hang on. We'll get this. We'll get this. Shit. Pain, I know, is one of hers. Oh, hang on. I got a little sleep in my eye. Oh, there we go. Depression. Breathe? No, okay. I hope I didn't accidentally write a Yuri poem right now. Kiss. Ah, fuck. Lazy? Okay. Anger. No? Oh, shit. Okay. I did Rose. Sure. All right. Let's see. Who does it, who are we going to end up with here? All right. It is Sayori. Perfect. Good. Wonderful. Alistair. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm going to go get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up? Me and Monica were going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Alistair to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It's just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Alistair? Yep, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. Alistair, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of a poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival's gonna be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, Alistair, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. In the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet, and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. Kinda dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine, fine. And at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Smack. Ka! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow, 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 ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. And that's gonna swell up. We should find you some ice. Alistair. Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to... I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. Just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot! Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Alistair. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Eh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I'd always try to keep up with you? You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things that you did. Sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and would start crying really hard. You would rush over as quick as you could. You try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? I'm trying to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kinda like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Alistair. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years, you're still rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Alistair, I'm so glad nothing's changed between us. You think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, no telling where we'll end up for college or after that, so it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Aww. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about... I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh. I have it right. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all of the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Alistair. Well, Sayori... I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? I guess I should grab mine. Making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Give it to Sayori first. Alistair, I really love your poems. Can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Eh? I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Eh? No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Eh? What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Eh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Alistair, will you give me your poem? Kinda want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. You even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. Ah! I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. By being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit in the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Let's see. Yeah, we read this one. Okay. That's that. Natsuki! Natsuki, what do you think? Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. I can't really say it's any better, either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. I get the feeling that you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Aha! Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's... Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh? You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Siri has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she probably would just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say that we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Oh, yeah, that's right. We never got to see Natsuki's other two poems because, we chose Yuri, and Natsuki got really upset by that. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Huh. You know, that one struck me in a way it didn't strike me the first time I read it a few years ago. You know, now that I'm, like, on Twitter and stuff. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about everything. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. It sounds like less of a poem, more of a complaint about spiders. I mean, you're not wrong about that either. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. You want to make people think, hear, feel? Whatever you say, Heidelin! I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? We'll go to Yuri. What does Yuri think? Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Alistair. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Raccoon. Yes, I wrote the raccoon. And then the rest of this is repeat. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Now we go to Monica. And it's pretty good. Makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. Nah, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway... You want to read my poem now? And then we're through all this again. And I think this day just, like, ends. I don't think there's any more choices to be made here, right? Unless I'm forgetting one. Oh, she's asking about Yuri again. I would still walk home with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Alistair. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. Kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Alright. Let's see. What do we want? Nope, wrong person. Marriage. Yeah, she'd like marriage, sure. Calm. Cry. Heart. Passion. Feather. Misery? Yeah, sure. Covet? No, okay. Rose, I know she likes. No, wait. Heartbeat is something that Natsuki likes, so... Broken. Hurt. Memories. Boop is probably a Natsuki word. Tears. Comfort? Yeah. Glee, okay. Fun. Play. Joy. Bliss. Sure, there we go. Alright, now we get the last Sayori event. Well, almost the last Sayori event, kind of. Oh? No event this time. Hang on. Is that right? Let me go back to my desktop real quick. Hang on. This is one of Natsuki's poems. Right? That event. That event. Oh, I guess so. Cause, yeah, that's Natsuki event. That's a Natsuki event. That's, Natsuki after school. That's hugging Sayori. The rest of these must be side story stuff. Concept art. Okay. I see, I see. One tells Sayori you'd still walk home with her. Okay. So the promos have got to be from like the different like I don't know. This one was just from choosing the word horror during the poem game. Don't know what the other ones could be. Okay. Wait, I have mail. I've Laster. Have a nice weekend. I'm on leave for the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run for a few days since we've collected so much data this week. I might arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return. From Ive Laster, Senior Engineer. Metaverse, Enterprise Solutions. Yeah, this has got to be... Like, the virtual machine has got to be, like... The whole, like, game of DDLC has to be, like, some sort of, like, experiment, right? Has to be. All 6... Oh, when they said 6 side stories... Oh, I see, okay. So when they said 6 side stories, I thought part 1 and part 2 counted as separate stories. No, there's... I see. Okay. So I have 4 side stories right now, and the other 2 will come from, like, doing Natsuki's roots. Man, I might... God, this is the second stream, and I still might not get through all the content. Especially if there's, like, underlying mysteries to unravel. Actually, speaking of which, let me see if I have access yet. I don't have any reason to think I would, but maybe I do. Nah. No access yet. Soon, hopefully. Doki, Doki. Alright, so now it's just sharing poems again. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Alistair. Thanks. Sarah, you've been a little quiet today. Everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Alistair. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems the way Yuri does, or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. That doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Alistair. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori. Glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori. I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Alistair. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori... Well, Monica, I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I wonder if I can stop her from leaving early if I, like, write poems for different people. Because that's something I haven't really, like, experimented with, is writing a different poem for each girl each day. Because there's 3 days, so... I bet that's something. At the very least, it probably unlocks something. Let me see. Okay. Go to Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's, anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems, anyway? Is that more of a compliment to me? No. Gross. It's not like I care. Just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Gah. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Now we go to Yuri. This will be a different poem, right? I think? Maybe? Well done, Alistair. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this is a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone's enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole experience would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Alistair? Eh? Well, you know how I'd like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. Kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always so sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Eh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds and endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic, the breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to earth forevermore. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. To Monica. Hi, Alistair. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but oh wait. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Even though we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her in this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me. How about how Sayori's been a little off lately? Yeah, did she tell you something? Well... Alistair, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway. And here we go. And now we have to choose someone, right? Sayori. I mean, it's gonna be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and but Monica said... Yeah, we've seen this. Alright, we'll go with Yuri again. We'll save the Natsuki event for when we actually do the Natsuki route. And this lets me skip like a lot faster. Because the last thing we need, we still need to tell Sayori that we love her. You know? And see where that all goes. It is cool how there's like all these unlockables though. Alright, this time we have to say this. I love you. Eh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. Should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, having fun with you every day, helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Alistair. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Alistair. Is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Alistair. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. Why? Even now. The rain clouds go away. They're not going away at all, Alistair. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. No matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Alistair. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Eh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me that you love me. That's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. No, you don't, though. You really just don't. You don't know what's best for her. Because you're an idiot. Yeah, you say that, but yeah. You're goddamn right you don't know. I know that I love her and she loves me. I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know that these feelings will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Let's see. So... Let me exit real quick. Hang on. So, we have more pictures. Yep. This poem. And this poem. And, poem from Yuri. Distributed at special events in the past. Acquire all of Yuri's other poems. My conductor motions for one crescendo after the next, each time falling short of a climax. The lump in my throat is carried by Sisyphus. How many words must I choose not to say before they finally break loose, orderlessly piling out of my mouth like a flock of schoolchildren at the start of recess? Pen cannot be erased, but even that metaphor fails comically as my floor is littered, blanketed with wasted paper. The canvas of my mind, full of disjointed thoughts and unfinished sentences. Perhaps all along, it was wrong to try forcing them out of my room, and I should instead invite you in. So let's see. Final message, right? All of Sayori's other poems, all of Yuri's other poems, all of Monika's other poems. So we're missing all of Natsuki's other poems, right? We're also missing whatever this poem is here. This one and this one. Well, these two are Natsuki poems? They have to be. Yeah, these have to be Natsuki poems. Special poems for taking her route. Natsuki events. There's the hug. The secrets. So here's the thing. I'm considering running through the, I don't know, the second act of the game. Just to get more of the secret poems. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I could just do that on my own time, really. I don't think those are terribly important to unraveling any secrets, probably. So let's see. We've got 2 new side stories to run through here. God, it's already 6. It's already been almost 3 hours. All right, we'll go through these side stories, I think. Cuz these are new. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Through their initial setbacks, the 3 club members so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the club room door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before. Hi. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. You know, it's funny, I read that and I could say the exact same about my stream. It's still a small club, so it's always fun seeing new people. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk. Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms onto it. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone, then sits down next to Sayori. Monica follows by sitting nearby. Sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay, then how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay. Well, I'm Monica. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever other kind of literature. You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. I have what vibe? Oh, you know, like... Never mind. I'm not gonna judge people like just met like that. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard. Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles. I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh, yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult. The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Sayori lowers her voice. She's kind of shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. My favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Ooh, let's get ice cream. My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough? Or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monica's is probably vanilla. Pikami, is that you? What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. What's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still. Ah, Kat, hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the hideout. Put your feet up. Still, it's pretty chill here. Do you just, like, hang out, or do you actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff, too. Just hasn't been very structured yet, since we only have, like, 3 members. So we kind of just loosely spend our time doing the stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with, like, some more structured club activities. Yeah. I do my best with like, visual novels like this. If you like listening along to the voices and stuff, stay tuned for, like, wait, let me see. I think it's the 27th? What day is that? Hang on. Let me check my calendar here. So I think it comes out Tuesday the 27th. It's gonna be The Great Ace Attorney. That's gonna be a long, like, series. I'm gonna play both games, and if Aviary Attorney was any indication, I'm gonna do a whole lot of voices. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited that it's finally coming to the West. Oh, so excited. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like the club to get into? Well, I guess I'm... literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why'd you say it like that? I want to read manga in the club. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds so great. Like, after all I've been doing all this, We're here, though, to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Discord's, kind of just a news box for right now. It's just, like, a little bulletin board, that I use for, like, live notifications for people that like to get notifications through Discord and just posting clips and stuff like that. I've been meaning to get it up and running as a proper server. It's just... I gotta find the time to do that. It's a lot of work. But I will be getting to that soon, I think. I hope. Yeah, we gotta get some proper bot tools going, yeah. I should probably work with Uselix at some point. Link's invalid. Wait a minute, what? Oh no. Oh. Oh, whoops. Sorry. That's on my end. The link I gave Nightbot must have been a temporary one. Hang on. Oh god, yeah, that's right. I need to make a permanent link and give that to Nightbot. Shit, that's on me. That's me being stupid. Hang on. I'll get you a fresh one here. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. These links expire in like 7 days. There we go. That's a fresh one. That should work. I gotta remember to fix Nightbot after the stream then. Also close Discord so I don't get pinged. Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which she sets down on an empty desk. After all of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that. Well, anyway. Putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys. Come on, is it that big of a deal? Manga's literature, right? I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically, I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just, like, keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll do literally whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? Nah, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. You say so. There's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Ugh, I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has like no actual interest in literature, you know? That's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Just like guys and think of it as a religion does not make it weird. You got a point there, Weblo. God, I remember going to the anime club in college. It was fun though. You know, I made a lot of good friends there. In fact, I met my friend Ken, who I raided yesterday. I met him there. God, I remember how I met Ken too. I remember it like very clearly in my head now. We did the soup meme. You know the what's it? Code Vent. Yeah, that's the like unabridged like Code Geass thing, right? All I can find is soup. What do you mean there's just soup? We did that. We did that back and forth. And that's how we met. And we've been friends ever since. What do you mean you're at soup? What store are you in? Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? God, that's such an old meme, but it's so good. It's so good. Wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance, especially if we can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you don't just want to read her manga, Sayori? Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I met my friends because I forgot their names and we talked about vines. There's Kogias and I took away the Domino's pizza. It's great. God, I haven't actually watched Code Geass. There's a lot of anime like on the like I have a list. It's like a lot of anime that I need to watch. I've watched like almost none of it. I should watch more anime in general. I haven't watched anime in like a good couple of years. I think the last anime series I watched like consistently was probably JoJo Part 5. And that probably means the next time I start watching anime like normally is gonna be like JoJo Part 6 when that comes out. I brought up the G.I. Joe PSA memes and someone thought it was Gen Z humor. You have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so... Does that mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. I know. But still, I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But I really am going to start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the three of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? Oh, her arms are full, so she can't open the door. Thank you. Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite a collection. Sayori giggles in excitement. While catching her breath, Natsuki replies, There's still one more box. I can put them away myself. I know how to organize them. Monica anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. Seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. At the next club meeting, Monica is the first to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monica paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? Actually, I have a quick question. Okay, you can see my cursor. Yeah, you can see my cursor. So these little hooks here, what are these for? Because they look, you know what they look like? They kind of look like those water bottle holders you can clip onto your bicycle. But there's no way those are water bottle holders, right? So what are these for? I don't actually know. It looks like maybe you could put like papers on them or something. Oh wait, they make the desk click together. I don't think that's it. Oh no, you know what it is? I think it's a hook for hanging your bag, maybe. Cause yeah, I was gonna say because like shoulder strap bags are a lot more popular in Japan than they are here. Although you see a lot of like people with shoulder strap bags at like college. You don't see a lot in like, you know, high schools, but yeah, they're a lot more popular in Japan. So yeah, that's probably just for their bag. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. While Monica thinks, the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monica forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monica awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf is pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there? I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient. Yeah, but... Monica sighs. Teachers are going to ask what all this manga is doing here, and then I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Monica backs off and slumps into a desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. Good afternoon! Sayori spins into the club room. Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this. Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. I found some money and got a cookie. Ooh, that's so pretty. As Sayori trots over to the closet, the colorful shells catch her eye. Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way. I saved up all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Boo. Defeated, Sayori unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monica glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri returns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it would be great if we could find some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Monica glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try to come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like to say Yori's suggestion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but... Monika's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts Monika off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted here, so I'm just going to leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here. But you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Oh no. Yori runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yori. For the second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. Why am I such a jerk? No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find so she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monika sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's wrong not to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything. You can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh. Well, great. I'm just ruining the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and it has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, calling her confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. This really wasn't what I had in mind for a club about literature. Shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monika has failed to consider before now. Where's the line even drawn at what's considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the larger boxes and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean... Amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monika opens the book. Let's see. Mail. Forte side stories. Hello? Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the controls simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monika's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. Just to clarify, all of the recordings labeled side stories are part of the controls simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and there that differ a little bit from those in VM1, even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monika's more fundamental changes? Or is it a result of her just messing around with some other characters in VM1 as her own experiment, or for fun? So if I'm keeping track, we have, what, like 5 different universes in total? With 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monika, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality, they all are. As real as ours is, anyway. Uh, excuse me? Um, okay. All right. So yeah, it's what I expected. DDLC is all in all, it's part of the virtual machine that this company made to simulate something. Develop artificial intelligence, maybe? I don't know. It's just I don't know. There's a lot to like consider here. It's like so yeah, we know Monica's has like way more control than anyone else. And it seems like, with what happens in Sayori in the post game, like after Monica leaves, whoever the president is gets the most like they get permissions, which they try to hide from them. But like, but why? Why give them permissions if you're gonna hide them from her? If you don't want her to know she has the permissions, why give her the permissions in the first place? Right? I don't know. This is interesting though. I like this a lot. There's a lot more to this than there was in the original, and I like that a lot. There's a lot more to like the underlying story, I guess. The secret sort of like back end story, you could almost call it. So, all right, I'm gonna read Respect Part 2, and then I think I have to call it after that. Like 6:30 for me. I'm starting to get hungry, and it's been about 3 hours. So yeah, we'll do this one, and then we'll call it there. And I guess this is gonna get a third stream. I thought I was gonna be able to wrap this up today. Hang on, I need a drink. All this, like I said, all this reading, it makes you thirsty. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Let's see. This sucks. Why is Monica such a jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can even find any members. Monica's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. What if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you. Natsuki sighs. I know, thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want me to talk to Monica? I don't know. It's not like it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you were to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please? I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy. So I want to make that happen. For you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well, Natsuki hesitates. It's kind of dumb. Aw, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me. So, just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monica. I promise. Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care what anyone else thinks. But the sign for the literature club said you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. That was a lie, apparently. Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monica? Because she was being so judgmental that I didn't just want to tell her something she wanted to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. If she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of a more mature thing. The two of them remain silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today, at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. Part of the club vision for her to be welcome. You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. It's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm going to do everything I can to fix this. I promise. It's lunchtime the next day. Cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most out of their limited break time. Where could she be? Among them is Monica, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monica decided to try and find her during lunch so that she could make amends. After searching for an extensive time, Monica finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monica is afraid to get closer. Natsuki is with some friends whom Monica doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It would be really tactless to just interrupt them. Oh yeah, did you end up joining the literature club or what? Huh? Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I? Ha! I told you she would join. Come on. You know she'll only join because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club. I told you, I never even wanted to join that stupid club. Oh, sure. Well, you have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash. True. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Shut up, just let me do my thing. I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What, you're gonna buy her smutty fan fiction? Well, obviously. I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now? I told you I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you've come since then. Not to mention you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it. Yeah, sure. You grow up so fast. Brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monica's direction, prompting Monica to quickly turn away and distance herself. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. Hardly better than them after the way I treated her. Ugh, I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. After school ends, Monica distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monica picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go, exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like the literature club is a place where you get to express yourself, unless it's in a way that I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just, a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Well, Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know? It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that. That the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. Just made me so mad. Just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And when I had thought that, it was when I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing. Just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something. But I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it, but then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. And now, I'm repeating the same mistake, except I really hurt someone this time. Monica shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm going to get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah, I'll get them back. By making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monica and Yuri jump. With a rare, stern face, she marches over to Monica's desk and sits down next to her. I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president. Is this about Natsuki? Yes. Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh. Yay, I did it! Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again. So how do you want to make it up to her? I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki is coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. Monaco's afraid of that. Not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage she's inadvertently caused. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But it's not enough. Truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay. You think you can get her to come to the club tomorrow? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're such a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today it's going to be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm gonna step out for a bit. Is that okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? Yuri picks up a manga that's resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that? Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Actually, Monika's been... Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it was just someone else who was using this classroom then. Okay? Monika smiles at them both. Then, with a wave, she exits the club room. Well, I'm glad she was giving it a chance at least. I really shouldn't have left that out. Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki. That would get really awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. You think Sayori is going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits and stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then, the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back. Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of the club room just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had, admittedly, so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monika turns to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters. Today, we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature, manga. Oh, come on. Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it and realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monika planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was a witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. The Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So, I want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb, the stuff I'm into. Monica smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me. Sayori, you're not dumb either. What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to like me just for that. Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the literature club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monica approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or something? Me? Not particularly. Why? Oh, there was just something that I wanted to show you if you had a few minutes. Sure, what is it? It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you'll see. You know, I was thinking back. When the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself, more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself. Like, things I was probably always too stubborn to admit. Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just, brought a bunch of manga, and then I got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it. No, I honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I never would have realized that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care what other people think in the first place. But when you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, you get really hard to just brush it off. And it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone else. Am I being too entitled if I just want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monica listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as perfect for other people. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I really started thinking about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it. But like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Monica takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga. What? You? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry. I think I just, I felt kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it. I can't believe you, of all people, were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny. Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But, I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right? You were reading Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste. Just one volume. I kind of picked it out randomly. Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me all your favorite parts. Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in a literature club, she also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was the perfect person that I always wish I was. If I just did what I wanted instead of always second-guessing myself. Monica walks over to the piano and sits down. I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself. Parts that will impress people or make them like me more. that after you joined the club, I really realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing. Hey, I think the credit for that... I think the credit for that one goes to Parfait Girls, not me. No. Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put the thought into my head. But it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day. Every day? Because, you know, you just make me feel like if I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long, and I'm really not any good at it yet, like, at all. But I wrote a song for the club. I worked really, really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah. Oh, this is nice. It's like, I feel like I should say something, but I don't want to ruin the moment. This has all been, like, really, really nice. It's all been really cute. Like, seeing all the girls, like, interacting with each other, rather than, like, seeing them through, like, our own eyes, I guess. I'm sorry if you heard that. I just kind of bumped the microphone with my hand. But it's been nice to have, like, all this background and this sort of, like, development outside of the main story. Like, how they, like, interact with each other, you know? Shia, come on now. Come on. That's all. That was so good. It was? Yeah, are you kidding? You're like already a pro. Not even close. Does the song have a name? You said it was about the clubs, so... Yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. You know, I can't really hear that name and not immediately think about, what's it? Fuck, it's My Heart, Your Beats? Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. God, Angel Beats is so good. I should rewatch that. Like, that was one of the very first anime I watched, like, kind of on my own. Like, my friends introduced me through, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and, what was it? Devil is a Part-Timer. Which, actually, wait a minute. Isn't Devil is a Part-Timer getting a second season? I think it is, isn't it? Ooh, I should look into that. But yeah, I think one of the first ones I actually watched on my own was Angel Beats. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about everyone else. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that. Well, I think that's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. Makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So, yeah. I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine. I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh never mind. Well, anyway, we're even. We're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit it's a form of literature. You totally can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. Hee. I'll tell you what. I'll bring in a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. What kind of little something? Oh, you'll see. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Next club meeting ends in a particularly tasty note. Next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. Yeah, she brought cupcakes, of course. Nice. So we're filling out the data slowly. A lot of pictures. So let's see. Most of this comes from like the main game, but we got this one. So we've been getting one of these each side story. So 1, 2, 3 more. What these two are from? So I think what I'll do, we've already seen like all of the Sayori arc for the main like part 1 of the game. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like rush through the backside of the game off stream just to see if I can unlock a few more secret poems. And I'll stick with like Yuri's stuff again, so like I'm not like missing anything on stream. But I want to have those unlocked because apparently you only get 3, and it chooses it randomly each time you start a new game. So I'll have to look into that. I think that's it then. Once again, thank you all for coming. We're gonna move back here. I should wait. Hang on. I should move myself here. Where's me? Where's the box that is me? I'm going to just shift over to the side a little bit. That way, my big fluffy tail is not blocking chat. Unless I do this. Well, even then, it's not blocking much. But anyway, oh, thank you so much, Kat. I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me move up a little bit. You see? Yeah, I got them hips. I got them hips, baby. Let's see. I'm gonna kick you over to someone. We're gonna raid someone. Let me see who's up. Who's available? Who are we going? Not a whole lot. Oh, Koki's doing something. Oh, she's celebrating 1K followers. I'll kick you over to Koki then. Yeah, Koki's great. And then tomorrow is gonna be Subnautica Below Zero. Probably we're getting kind of close to the end. I gotta find that last shipwreck. Like that's the main thing I have to find. So, hold on. Koki. Hang on, am I spelling this wrong? Wait. I have to be spelling this wrong. Oh! Oh, she just wasn't registering as being live just yet. She must have like just started her stream like a moment ago because I just got the notification. Hang on. Come on, let me raid Koki. I'm not spelling it wrong. Come on. Hang on. I'm gonna refresh my like thing here. Come on, we're gonna raid right at the very start. Like we're probably gonna raid into like a starting soon screen. Come on. Why is it not letting me do it? Let me double check. Am I spelling this wrong? No, Koki monster. Okay. It's really not gonna let me. Okay, we're gonna stall. We're gonna stall. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stall like a minute or two so we can raid Koki. Come on. Twitch being weird about this. Alistair tail pillows. God, you know what? If I ever do get big, I'll make Alistair like tail pillows, like big fluffy pillows. That would be actually really nice. I would have one of those. That would be sick. Yeah, and of course we're gonna have the thigh pillows. Duh, of course. All right, hang on. Where's OBS? OBS, come back to me. All right, fine. You know what? Since Twitch is being weird. Wait, hang on. I need to check something real quick. Hold on. I need to check DoorDash. I need to make sure the place I want to order food from isn't going to close in the next like 5 minutes. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah. When's this place close? Give me a second. I just need to make sure it's not about to close and I'm not going to be able to get my food. All right. Full 9:30 p.m. Okay, it's gonna be open. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we're good. I had to make sure that the Chinese restaurant I wanted to order from tonight is not gonna close and like doesn't close at like 7 or 7:30 or something like that. Stall it. Shy, you keep asking me about Fortnite. We both know it's not gonna happen. We both know this. Oh god, do I have to like keep refreshing this until it lets me? How or is there like a minimum time after like a stream starts that I'm allowed to raid? I feel like that has to be like part of it, right? There we go. Okay, now I can finally raid Koki. Yeah, she's just starting. She hasn't even started yet. Let's see. Yeah. Looks like yeah, she's just starting. So we're gonna raid right at the very beginning. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for Subnautica Below Zero. We're gonna be looking for the last shipwreck, and the last piece of our alien friend, so we can maybe get him out of our head. And we'll be looking for kyanite too, because we haven't found that yet, and I need that for like some depth upgrades. Oh, and the module for the sea truck that lets you like carry your prawn suit around. I really need that. I need that real badly. But if I remember where the first fragment was, there was a place to go a little bit deeper there that I think I can follow. And I think there was like some room to go deeper below Marguerite's sea base. So that might be a good spot to check out too. So yeah, lot to do tomorrow at with Subnautica. So I will see you then. Take care, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.